Hey there friends, in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can make smooth text animations in Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's get started. First, let's bring up our type tool by pressing T or clicking on the type tool icon on our toolbar, and let's add some text to our scene. So I'm just going to write something like nature. Then I'm going to position the text where I want it to be after the animation plays. So I want it to be about here at the right hand side. And now let's move on to our effect controls panel. If you don't see this option, simply click on window here at the top of your toolbar and make sure effect controls is activated. So once you have your effect controls panel open, let's start adding some animations. You see we have a few options here, and what we want to pay attention to right now is the position. So let's click on the toggle animation button here, and this adds a keyframe. So keyframes are basically points of reference that the program uses to animate our animation. So let's go ahead and scrub forward a little. And we don't want our animation to be a bit quick. So let's just move forward a little bit and add another keyframe. So we have the first and the second. The first acts as our starting point and the second acts as our ending point. So let's go back to our first keyframe by clicking on this button here, and let's move the position all the way to the left off screen. So all I did was I clicked on this value here and dragged my mouse to the left to quickly adjust it. And now it's hidden from our frame, as you can see on our program monitor. So if we go ahead and press play, the animation is added. But it can look a bit awkward, especially if you have a longer animation, because the speed remains constant throughout the animation. This is what we call a linear curve. It seems a bit robotic or choppy, and to make animation smoother, what we want to do is we want to gradiate this movement. We want to change the characteristic of its curve. And to do so really quickly, all we have to do is highlight our keyframes. So I'm doing this by clicking on an empty space and holding my left mouse button over it, pressing right click, selecting temporal interpolation, and we have a few options here. So most of these options are pretty similar. You can ease in and ease out, or we can click on the auto bezier function. So let's go ahead and click that and see how it looks. Let's try to reduce the speed a little or increase the speed a little, and that's what it looks like. Let's try another option. Let's try easing this one in and easing this one out. There we go. So that looks a tad more natural. If you notice, the animation starts fast and gets slower and slower near the towards the end of the animation. How about if we ease this one out and ease this one in? So pretty similar results, but with some subtle differences by having this one as ease in and having this one as ease out. The speed curve towards the end of the animation is a lot steeper. So again, that looks good. Let's try speeding it up a bit. Let's try adding more duration. And there we go. So this is the finished product that I'm pretty satisfied with. And if we look at it closely, we can observe that the motion of how it flies in is more natural and much smoother compared to when we were using a linear speed curve. So the speed does not remain constant throughout the animation. So that's it for this video. I hope I was able to teach you something new and something useful. And as always, thank you for watching.